Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is AntMonster, and today I will be teaching you the new and improved High General build for the Guardian Fighter. The powers that you will need will be Lunging Strike, Frontline, Enforced Thread, Cleave, Tide of Iron or Threatening Rush, Trample the Fallen or Enhanced Mark, and Combat Superiority. For your dailies, I recommend Fighter's Recovery and Villain's Menace. If you don't want to use Fighter's Recovery, you can switch that out for Supremacy of Steel or switch out Villain's Menace, whichever you like. This build is built around critical chance and high general. The most important items that you need for this build are these accessories right here and these accessories on the companion. I will briefly hover my mouse over each and every item so you can see what I have. This is the necklace that you want, or if you don't want power, as long as you get a necklace that gives 243 crit, that's all that matters. Same thing with the rings. You want rings to give 243 crit. Same with the belt. You want the belt to give 243 crit. You can fill that up with crit if you wish, but as I said, I'm kind of a hybrid build, so I leave armor pin right here. So I can just swap out gear really quick if I really want to change up my playstyle. As you can see, my base crit chance is 25%. That is excellent for a Guardian Fighter. That is really good. And if a rogue is on my team and he gives me 5% crit chance, it's going to shoot up to 30. Plus, I still have Squash Soup, which gives 3%, so it's going to go to about 33% critical chance. The more crit, the better. As long as you hit a crit within 8 seconds, it will count towards the buff for your party. For example, let's say I hit 10 crits within 8 seconds. That's 100% crit severity in addition to your base 75% crit severity. So you're looking at 175%. And it doesn't stop there. It's all about how many crits you hit, plus the Vorpal. So you got 175 crit severity plus a Vorpal. That's massive amount of damage, especially for the CW. The CW is going to benefit from this the most. Here are my feats. I don't really have to explain anything about them. Just copy them and apply them. These are my powers. I'm not really going to explain them. You can do it at yourself by reading through it. I'm just going to show you what I have points in. I don't really do dailies, so I haven't maxed out my boons yet. But on your companion, you want these enchantments. I didn't really stack crit on this one because I was kind of lacking in armor pin, so I wanted to make up for it. But as I said before, the goal is to stack crit. This build is based on high general. It's not based on a paragon. It's not based on power. It's not based on, defense or anything. It's all about crit and high general. In the next clip, I pugged Pirate King without looking for a group. I just queued and was placed on a team with players of gear scores from 8.3k through 10.9k. Some of these players were clearly freshies, but we overcame everything due to the DPS/healing boost provided by my build. Astral Shield can critically heal, FYI. The GF is definitely something to have in a party now, especially running high general with this particular build. Watch and learn. So what you want to do is permanent mark the boss. He will always attack you. That means more survivability for the rest of the party. The dailies you want to use is Fighter Recovery and Villain's Menace for this particular boss fight. The more crits I hit, the stronger my party gets. As you can see, the permanent mark kind of went away, so you just gotta remark him. I guess it doesn't make it permanent, huh? what it does is, the normal mark, how it works is once the target whose mark hits you, the mark goes away. The permanent mark, even though it's not really permanent, is timed. It's a duration on it. So the mark will last on him for, I don't know how long, I haven't counted. But ideally you want to place it on the boss, so the boss will be mostly focused on you. That way the rest of your party doesn't really have to worry about the boss and that shit ton of ads attacking them. Also with the buff, the Guardian Fighter can now block all attacks, whether it's behind them or in front of them. One thing I would like to note about this build is not effective in PvP as it is in PvE, because in PvE there's more things to hit, meaning more chances to crit. In PvP, you're usually going to be fighting maybe 1 to 2 dudes at a time, and if you get lucky you might cleave 2 people or 3 people, but the chances of you really critting in PvE is not as high as it was for me in PvP, my bad. The chances of critting in PvP is not as high as it is in PvE, because you can also take advantage of your stone and stack crit. With that said, for PvP I recommend different armor sets. Timeless, the new tenacity gear, I haven't figured out a build for that yet. And Nice Captain. Nice Captain is a good alternative for PvP because you have a 25% chance to proc its ability. And that ability gives 60% power and 25% defense, which is all around, you know, just good. Other than that, I would like to say this build is not overpowered, so Cryptic, please do not nerf it. This build will increase the demand for Guardian Fighters to be accepted into PvE, because we'll be the main source of DPS boost. Think of it as, I don't know, just it's really gonna help out the GF. So once again, it's not overpowered. And please, if you guys see any other GF trying to claim this build as if he perfected it or created it, please let him know where it originated. I'm aware that the devs created this and they've been knew about this build long before anybody. But the thing is, they don't tell you how to play your character. They don't tell you how to build your character. That takes away the fun from the game. They let you explore the different possibilities, and that's what I did with this set. And I have yet to run into any other GF rocking full high general with my build and feats and powers. So if you see a guy saying he created it or he perfected it, you know, I stole it from him, please let him know that that's not what's up, man. However, if there is a dude who thought of this way before me, I will acknowledge him or her. I will acknowledge him or her and respect it. But other than that, I haven't seen anybody. And with that said, I want to see proof that they created this build before I did, because I'm the one who's, I guess, advertising it. You know what I mean? I want my GFs to be loved in PvE, bruh. I honestly believe with this build, the demand for Guardian Fighters for high-end PvE will definitely increase, because right now most people just run CWs and DCs. Well, here's the thing about having a GF. That means less aggro on you. And when I say you, I mean on the rogue or on the CW or DC. The GF has all the aggro. That means you're free to attack and cast spells. It's important to have a rogue because he has smoke bomb, especially if you're playing on a dungeon that has a lot of AoEs. You want that smoke bomb. A lot of CWs neglect icy terrain. Never neglect icy terrain, man. That is one of the best control powers you can ever use in any dungeon. And it activates Trample to Fallen, so that's going to benefit the GF and the Great Weapon Fighter. Hunter Rangers, I don't fully understand them yet, so I'm not going to really say anything about them. But as of right now, stop neglecting your people, y'all. You need to accept more GFs and Gwyffs and Trickster Rogues into your parties, because believe it or not, they're going to benefit you more than you know. Take it easy.